Welcome to the Sanctuary. I'm Kyle, and I'm here to tell you you're always welcome to visit me here in the pleasure den of the absurd. This channel is kind of like a show and tell. Set the camera down, I look into it, hold stuff up and talk about it. Well, tonight we're going to talk about this album here, Mothers, Fillmore East, June 1971. You know why? Because this is an amazing time capsule. While some people would call this his comedy period, comedy music period. That's also known as the Flo and Eddie period. Flo and Eddie being the two lead singers, Mark Volman and Howard Kaylan. If you ever see any films of this band in action, the 71 band, the Flo and Eddie band, you can clearly see that Frank is really enjoying himself. It's easy to hear why, because he's got a kick-ass band right here. You got Zappa on guitar and dialogue, Mark Volman on lead vocals and dialogue, Howard Kaylan on lead vocals and dialogue, Ian Underwood, he plays winds and keyboard and vocals, Ainsley Dunbar on the drums, Jim Pons on bass and vocals and dialogue, Bob Harris on second keyboard and vocals, and a special guest appearance by Don Preston on Mini Moog. But I will say, on this album, this release, the original release, MVP goes for me to Mark Volman on vocals. Flo and Eddie had a unique harmony style of vocals where they did a lot of falsetto stuff, but these two guys were great singers on their own. I mean, and Mark Volman, man, What Kind of Girl Do You Think We Are? Woof, man, he sings the blues really good, man. I mean, there's just no doubt about it. Let's run down these songs here, man. Little House I Used to Live In, the great instrumental from Burnt Weenie Sandwich, opens up the album here. Everybody does their little bit. The vocals do. They sing the melody and everyone's involved. And it's great. Great little opener. And then they go into something called The Mud Shark. This song, Frank out just tells you what happened. And, I'll leave it at that. But the story is also relayed in the notorious Led Zeppelin biography by Stephen Davis, called Hammer of the Gods. And it goes into What Kind of Girl Do You Think We Are? A nice little bluesy 1-4-5 kind of song with great vocals. And then it goes into Buana Dick. This song just makes me laugh. So then it goes from Buana Dick into this thing called Latex Solar Beef. Howard Kaylan really does a great vocal on this. I'm not quite exactly sure just what the hell he's singing about. Regardless, it's a great groove. And then it goes into Willie the Pimp Part 1, and the side fades out. And side 2 comes back with Willie the Pimp Part 2, which is kind of like the guitar solo. And then it goes into one of these comedy bits. Do you like my new car? They're like, I want you to sing your big hit single. And then they go into Happy Together, the song by the Turtles. Ba, 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 do, 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 do. And that's because Howard Kaylan, Mark Volman, and Jim Pons all came from the Turtles. And they're part of the Mothers now. And they do a good version of it. And that ends, and then you get this little segment. It's an encore excerpt featuring Don Preston on Mini Moog. That track is called Lonesome Electric Turkey. And then it goes into Peaches and Regalia, which, again, is a big Zappa fan favorite for people. And then it ends with a nice little pop ditty called Tears Began to Fall. All this stuff is in fun. I don't think any of it is really to be malicious. Some people in 2023 may say, oh, it was distasteful and blah, blah, blah. Fuck it. This is a great album, man. Regardless of what they're singing about. The audience Sure did enjoy it at the time. And yeah, if you want to compare it to what people are expected to think about in 2023, well, you know, that's your prerogative. I'm a guitar player too, and everyone loves a musician. It's emblematic of the time. It's bluesy at times. It's hard rocking at times. The band's having fun. You can clearly tell that like everyone's just enjoying themselves, and why not? Whatever happened to all the fun in the world, right? Right? I want to thank you for watching, and if you like this video, hit that thumbs up button, give it a like. If you're interested in seeing more, well, subscribe to the channel. I thank you for watching, and that you always welcome to visit me here in the pleasure den of the absurd.